have the most annoying person on planet Earth. It is the sidekick.
What are you talking about?
We are live at halftime.
For the record, I'm working right now.
Okay, stop calling it that.
I'm on the clock. I'm dude, you have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm working too.
I do this for you because I feel bad. It's been a rough day for the Guru.
Actually, it has.
It's been a tough day for the C Nation.
So let's talk about it.
Let's break it down.
Our all-world DB has gone down for the year with I don't even say it. ACL's gone.
That's terrible.
This came out of nowhere. Obviously, it hit the football world by storm. Obviously, it hit me by storm. Honestly, this is a huge loss in terms of the fact that how well they were playing and how well that defense was playing. And look, anytime a major star goes down like that, it's going to hurt. And
be honest. Can you recover from this? Like, can you continue to do what you've been doing without Diggs?
I don't think I think it changes a bit. I think what happens. I was thinking about it today. I think what happens is obviously DaRon Bland, Lewis is going to have to step up unless we go get somebody else. Lewis. You don't know the Cowboys, so I think what changes is listen. Our front is getting aggression on the computer. We're getting pressure. But what it does change, I think, is the running game for us. Obviously, we can't keep everybody in the pocket now. We're going to have to drop some help to the other side of the ball of Gilmore. And look, it opens up the running game for people now. So where people weren't having success running against the Cowboys, I think they're going to get a little bit now.
Well, here's the question. How are you going to fare against real teams? You got a couple cream puff matchups to start your season. What happens when you play a real football team? Is it week 5? Week 5 is against the big boys. Is it not? Is that week? That's the one.
I don't know. When you say big boys, I don't know what that means.
And speaking of which, looking pretty good tonight. Looking pretty good.
Look, I'm actually more impressed by the Giants. They're scrappy and they're staying in it. I did think it was going to be a blowout by halftime. I did call it.
For a 67-yard field goal, the Giants are not in this game. Like, come on. 49ers are moving the ball. Look at you. You can't even keep – look at you smiling. This is not going to be a close game. I wanted to get on the air before the game just to tell anyone who would listen, bet the 10.5 points. Niners are going to cover the spread all day long. Total points Niners, 27.5, over all day long. Of course, I slammed these bets. And the third bet that I love was Nick Bosa getting his first sack. Already went down. So it's been a good day so far. The bettors are making money. The sharps are in business. How you doing with your bets?
My bets are going good. By the way, I dropped Nick Bosa. In my league where we have defensive players, I dropped him. He just wasn't producing for me. And I didn't like the way he started off the season.
So you dropped him, and now, lo and behold?
It's the third game in the season, and you're happy he has a sack? Are you watching what Michael Parsons right now might be the MVP of the league. He might be the league's MVP. I'm not talking about the best. Obviously, he's without question the best defensive player in the game. But he actually might be the most valuable player in the game of football right now. And that's to be honest.
Who?
That's to be honest with you.
Who are you talking about?
Michael Parsons, my friend.
Again with the Parsons. I'm not going to deny it. Kid's on fire. He's an awesome football player.
Absolutely.
He's not the MVP of the league.
I don't know about that, sir.
Okay, when I say that, I mean no one's the MVP of the league. It's week 3. Like, come on. Like, let's just.
That's all he needs. That's all he needs.
Okay. Anyways, let's talk about those running backs. That's one thing I wanted to chop up with you.
Yes.
Dude, Saquon goes down. Jonathan Taylor's still on the shelf. Dobbins with his ACL.
Morris still.
Dude, and Nick Chubb. Sorry, again, your boy. It's over. It's over for the Brothers Talk team.
But no, it's not. But let's look at something right here. My contention was, and you've been saying this for years, but I'm not against not paying running backs. I think everybody goes running back by committee right now. That's not my beef. My beef is you got to pay elite running backs. There's only a few elite quarterbacks and running backs in the league. The league tries to make it a quarterback league, but it's not.
I agree with you. I agree with you to a point, but here's the problem with that logic. With all the injuries that happen, with like the short length of the career on average for the running back position, and knowing that there's just hundreds of these guys coming out of college every year, why would you want to risk devoting 10, 15, $20 million of your cap to a guy when something like what happened to Chubb or Dobbins or Saquon or Taylor can happen? And yet you got all these young, hungry guys coming out of college that can basically give you – if you still got to get lucky. You still got to get that guy that can perform. But if you do, you're paying him what, $1 million, $2 million? on the rookie contract.
Look,
So,
I am in agreement. Like
and that's where these GMs are going. But the problem though is like, here are these guys who are like, any team who's doing anything in the NFL has a good running game. They've got these superstar running backs.
which is my
So you
point.
should pay these guys, just to be fair, right? Like, I mean, I'm talking about, look at Indy. They're paying their kicker and long snapper top dollars, and they're not going to pay Taylor? Like, it makes no sense.
Do you know what I mean? And Taylor, and we both know, is an elite running back. He's not your average
Absolutely,
running back.
top 5 at the position. Like, catches, runs, blocks, does, and you know, the intangibles. Like, he's a super intelligent guy, a really good guy in the room. He's a leader. That's something that you can't quantify with yards and first downs and touchdowns. It's crazy to me that they let the relationship with him get to where it's at. Especially when you got Richardson, you got this rookie quarterback. He's supposed to be your franchise. Like, how much better is Richardson going to be when you have Jonathan Taylor riding shotgun?
Absolutely.
No disrespect to Zach Moss or Deion Jackson or any of these other guys, but it's like, dude, they're not Jonathan Taylor.
No, and Jonathan Taylor has proven over the course of his career that he deserves the money that he should be making. And let's look at it. Get treated as such. We got Saquon Barkley out of this game. Saquon Barkley has never not been a competitor since he's been in the league. Obviously, he's fought through major injuries, but he's always been solid on the field. All I'm saying is, when you have an elite running back, all the teams that make it deep to the playoffs have a running game. It is not possible to win in this game without a running game, or at least the threat of a running game.
Yeah, I mean, like, to be fair, look at our teams. Tony Pollard, CMC.
Yeah.
These guys are elite. Like, they're the best at the position, right?
And the Cowboys went out of their way to franchise tag him, but they're going to sign him next year. You're going to need to have a running back.
I hope so. I just hope that history doesn't repeat itself with some of these other guys. Like there are certain GMs and certain management teams, coaches that value the running back position more than others. Like San Francisco, again, like CMC is going to retire a 49er. They're not letting this guy go because he does so much more than just run the ball. You know what I mean? As much as I hate to fucking say it,
and just the threat
of Pollard's that guy too for Dallas. Like,
absolutely,
he's not just a north-south runner. Like, he can catch passes. Like, he's got that wiggle. So,
okay, but that's what I was going to say. I don't think that's going to hurt Dallas as much because if Dallas's offense keeps people on the field, and what we've been doing all year that's been working for us are sustained drives. So we keep our defense fresh off the field, sustain those drives. I don't think it's going to hurt us as much. Plus, let's be honest. You're going to have to score a lot of points to beat these Dallas Cowboys this year. Same with San Francisco. I think San Francisco's defense can hold you. I'm a bit leery about their offense because I don't think the 17, 21...
San Francisco's offense?
Well, the 23, 24 games are not going to beat the elite teams in this league.
What are you talking about? Like, look at the... Okay, I'm not even going to get into it with you. The weapons that San Francisco have... Come on.
I'm not impressed by your weapons. I know you...
How?
I know you think I'm just saying
CMC, Debo, Kittle,
Debo,
Ayuk, Juicy.
No.
Come on. And then you got Purdy's, the sweetest chocolatier in town. This is the guy that stirs the drink, my man. Best QBR in the league. Mr. Irrelevant.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
Last year you cared nothing about QBR. This year you're mentioning it now because your boy happens to have one. You may have a high QBR.
Keep the lid on it until week 5 because, again, we're going to have to agree to disagree. And again, we all know what happens when San Francisco.
So my question,
we all know what happens when San Francisco plays Dallas.
Does San Francisco and does Dallas make it to that week 5 undefeated?
I hope so. I mean,
it'll say a lot for the league. Plus, it'll say a lot for both teams.
No, it'll just make that game that much more fun. It's like in college ball, right? You want to see that number 1 and number 2 undefeated when they meet each other in the Sugar Bowl or whatever, right?
But is that what we're looking at? Are we looking at the winner of that game if they both go into that?
Quite frankly, I haven't looked at Dallas' schedule. I know that you've got
Arizona.
Okay, that's a layup.
And then we got New England.
And where is it? Is that in Arlington or do you got to go to Foxborough?
They're coming home to us, baby.
Okay. You should win that game. I mean, all credit to Belichick, though. New England looks pretty good. Like that's
he's
not.
Giving
That's
a
not
good
coming off a loss, but at the same time, like with what they've got there, like they're putting together a decent team. Like that's a team that I wouldn't want to see in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Well, he's got a team that is keeping on the field and moving the ball. So at the end of the day, they're a challenge and they're competitive in every game. Are we serious or are we stuck on Miami yet? Are we believing in Miami yet?
again,
Their defense
we're in
gives
week
up too many
three.
points.
We're in week 3. Like we're in the part of the year where it's like it's all about maintaining health. Don't
Yeah.
lose your top guys. Don't do anything crazy that's
Wow,
gonna like
really?
ruin your season.
Really?
But it's too soon to say if teams are legit or. I mean, I need to see these guys play against like the legitimate contenders. Like to me, Baltimore made a statement last week. I was all over Cincinnati. I thought Cincinnati was in a rebound. Off the air, we talked earlier. We both agreed Joe Burrow's not healthy.
No,
He
he's
doesn't
not.
play
He's
himself.
not healthy at all.
But Baltimore, you know what I mean? Like that's a team that early in the season, battle tested. That was a tough out going into Cincinnati. Got a big divisional win. So, respect to Lamar. I think, and this is after losing Dobbins. This is a starting running back too.
Yeah.
So,
And Dobbins, we haven't talked about Dobbins, but is his career done? I mean, we're talking about maybe 2.5 major injuries in a career.
yeah, I mean, it's just if it isn't the physical side of it, it's got to be mental too, right? Like, how does a young guy like that continue to come back through the rehab, through all the self-doubt, through the pain? I don't know, man. I mean, again, let's continue on to Nick Chubb. Is he done? That knee injury was terrible. That was
gruesome.
That was like Dak Prescott on a Monday night. Whew. Not good. Not good.
Why does my name always have to be in your mouth?
Just
I don't get it.
you know,
I don't get why it has to be in your
I can't
mouth.
help myself sometimes. You're going to set him up, I'm going to knock him down.
Tell me how the second half of the game goes. Now, you said go with the points. Does that mean Frisco leads on, dominates, and finishes the game winning by 20? How do you see the rest of the game?
I called 38-10. That was my pre-game prognostication. I think we're going to be in that realm.
It looks good right now.
Giants just went 3-0 or thereabouts.
They went 3-0.
Getting the ball back. I think they're overmatched. I mean, it's not just Saquon. I think it's the starting left tackle and left guard for the Giants.
Yeah, a lot of injuries on that side of it.
It's just on the road.
And look, this may be a war of attrition at the end of the year. The teams that stay healthy might be the ones that go into the end of the season winning, because right now you're blessed by good fortune. For the first time in a long time, you have a healthy staff.
Dude, we've established we don't need quarterbacks. We cycle through. I'm sure at some point Sam Darnold will make his debut. We'll be fine. Just too good. Too good.
You put your mouth on it, and we'll see what happens. Because right now, you just put your mouth on it.
No, I got PTSD. I'm just so used to my quarterbacks getting smashed every season that I expect it to happen again. I hope it doesn't. I mean, I believe in Purdy, but there is an element of luck to it. You got to stay healthy to make it all the way. I mean,
it's true.
I still think all roads go through KC. KC's stumbled a little bit out of the gate, but when it comes down to it, December, January, they know how to win, man. Like, they have that formula. So Pat Mahomes is he's the best.
I cannot
player on the planet. He finds a way. So there's so many teams that could be in the mix at the end. I still think Cincinnati. We haven't heard the last from them.
You know what? I think we have. I am not one of those people. I do not see them.
Joe Burrow doesn't have an ACL or a broken leg. He's got a calf strain. He's going to be back. Like, let's not forget how.
Well, okay. If you want him back, sit him out for 1 week and let him get healthy. But they're keeping him on the field, and he's not helping.
Yeah, no, and that's how usually like an average injury turns into a serious one, right? So
exactly.
I want to talk about the Chargers for a second. That was an interesting stat that I just seen. First team in NFL history to score 58 points and have 0 turnovers in 2 games.
And not be winning.
Not have a win.
Yeah.
What else is Justin Herbert supposed to do, man? The guy's putting up real numbers. He's not turning the ball over.
Okay, well, why don't we start admitting it? Like, the league has to start admitting that defense wins championships. Because at the end of the day, all the offense in the world isn't helping these teams. It's doing nothing for them.
You know what? And again, I don't want to be that homer, but remember in '94 when basically Dallas and San Fran were the 2 best teams in football?
Everybody forgets.
And once that NFC Championship game was played, it was like the Super Bowl against San Diego was a foregone conclusion.
Right.
Based on your defense and my defense, like, I could see the same thing playing out. Like, I really think that, and again, Diggs, that hurts because that changes the whole
dynamic
face of the defensive side. But
right.
I don't think that's going to make you guys fall that much off. I think at the end of the year, we may be looking at the NFC Championship with us.
Yeah.
But again, it's not like you're going to be playing Stan Humphries and the crap Chargers team in the Super Bowl. Pat Mahomes, there's going to be a bad man waiting for us in the Super Bowl, regardless, right?
And he's being very quiet. 'Cause that first loss, which could have easily been a win, has them very quiet. And I think they like being in this position because nobody's talking about them.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But they're a dangerous team. They're a dangerous team.
Yeah, I mean, like they're going to finish at 13-4, 12-5. Still probably win their division.
Still probably
as long
win
as you
the
win the
AFC.
division, you're good to go. So,
and we have to admit, very important this year because there's only really three leaders. That's Philly, that's Frisco, and Dallas. That number one spot that gets the bye is very important because the other two have to play each other. So, hey,
I'm curious to see how Philly does. They lost some players. You know what I mean? Like we scooped up Hargrave.
Not only that, they lost players and they lost two coordinators. So
yeah, so
they're showing it.
They're not the same team that they were, but at the same time, it's like Jalen Hurts is an MVP candidate, and
no, not yet.
He is. No, I'm not saying he's an MVP winner, but he's in the running, man. Like the guy, he's different.
I don't see that. I see that addition to Swift. Swift is going to bring an addition to that offense that we haven't seen.
He looks good too.
Yeah,
he looks really good.
And once he gets his legs under him, listen, the Giants held. Frisco kicked the ball, and then they gave it back, just like the Giants.
Wow.
Yeah.
We do, baby. You know what? I gotta sit here. I gotta enjoy my honey brown, my Sleeman's honey brown. I want to enjoy this game. Are we gonna go back after? We're gonna do a wrap up.
We are doing a wrap up after the game, so stick with us. I'm still here. I'll be here after every score, alongside Dirty Sanchez, the man called D Sanchez.
Are we?
Your boy.
What's the name? Let's give some press here. What's the name of this bar?
Yes, we at Brasserie Manoir. To those people in Montreal that remember, it used to be the old Picasso's. We're here every Thursday, every Sunday, every Monday night game. It is the hottest place in the city to watch a game. Multiple TV screens, brand new layout.
I have a suggestion. I have a suggestion on how you should spend that $9.40. Maybe buy a plane ticket. Maybe get some of the talent back east for a night or two, so I can see Susie and Alistair.
You know what?
Ryan.
I'm going to make it a night for the kids to get out. I think maybe next Monday. Would have been a good night for them to be out because their team was playing tonight, but we're going to make it happen. But one of the Sunday games, definitely, you know what? They're definitely going to be here for the Frisco-Dallas game. No doubt. That's going to be the hottest ticket in Montreal.
I'm just saying, that means you got 2 weeks. 2 weeks to save up that tip jar, buy that ticket, and
I see no reason why we shouldn't make that happen, sir. Okay, so we will be here to wrap it up. Listen, Giants got the ball back. It is brother stock ball. Listen, I'm telling you right now, the Giants are scrappy. I wouldn't take the spread right now. Sanchez wants you to take the spread. I think the Giants are
done. This game's finished.
Can we talk about the call with the Rams to kick the field goal with 4 seconds left to kill the line in Vegas?
Baby. That's Vegas. Someone got on that bat phone and was like, "Oi."
Now, obviously,
we need you to cover the spread because there's a lot of money on San Fran right now.
My question is there any truth to that?
Of course there is, man. Like
there has to be.
The NFL is driven by money. Everything in this world is driven by money. And that decision in that game.
It is the same way the Arizona Cardinals are going to find the most interesting ways to tank games this year. But trust me.
Last week that game was
that was insane. The Giants are nowhere. Come on, stop.
Yeah.
Stop. All right.
Anyways, after the game, we'll get back.
We're back to wrap it up. I hope you're sad by the time we get back. It's Frisco. It's the Giants. D. Sanchez. Brother Stock Ball. Manoir. Come down. $25 specials on food. You get a free beer. All right. I love you, brother.
See you in a bit.
All right. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Have we been here the whole time? And I didn't realize it? We have we? Wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to keep it like that. I thought I turned the screen off, but we're still here. The Giants just scored. Am I not a guru? Am I not a guru? I told that fool when he was on the podcast with me just now, the Giants are scrappy. They're going to come back. They just scored. Why? Because I said so. Who am I? I am your board-certified fantasy football and all sports guru. Stop playing with me. They're gone for 2. Hold on a second. You know what? Quit while you're ahead, Giants. Stupid move. Take the points. You're not that good. But here's what happened. It's a one-score game. It's a one-score game. Ladies and gentlemen, we have listen. This would be a major upset in the making. I don't think we'll see him after the game is over if this happens. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry I kept you waiting, kids. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a game here. Now, I will end it off right now. But listen, Giants fans, there's reason to celebrate. Your boy will be back.